Hi, it's me. It's Haji. Today we're going to be showing you how to check your phone to see if it's been hacked. And one of the ways that we're doing this, as I put a video out there earlier, I'm showing people that a lot of times when people's phones get hacked, there's a layer. And they put a layer on top of your operating system, so when the messages go back and forth, before they go out into the internet or wherever they're supposed to go, they get intercepted here at this level. And then they're edited, changed, or whatever. And so recently I went into Verizon. They saw the same thing I did, that not only the network but the whole iPhone's been hacked, and so they gave me a new one. And before I install the new one and get it up and working, I'm going to show a couple tests so people can see and they can tell if their iPhone's been hacked, so we can see if we can get that over to Tim Cook at Apple, and they can kind of provide a secure way of system checking the devices. And so one of the things that we have here is, here's the phone. I previously restored it on a video, and the way that I was showing people is that right here, if you look, you can see it's been sent to the vtext up there. When I sent the test back, you can see there's no messages that came back. Instead, they came back as this third-party address, and it's part of the it's not the Verizon SMS address. So when you have something like that and it's not the Verizon SMS address, it's easy to see that it's been hacked. There's another layer that's plain middleman. And so they saw that at Verizon, and they sent me out a new device. And we're going to show you on the new device how that looks too. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to reset this. And we're going to reset it so that we can kind of show education-wise people what's some of the things they can see to try to fix their phones. You go and you look at, of course you want to turn off if you have Wi-Fi, you want to turn off the Wi-Fi. And you want to go to the general settings, and then you go all the way to the bottom, and then you look at the reset button. Once you go to the very bottom of the reset button on the general tab, which is right there, you see the general tab? So you're going to go to this one, and then you're going to go all the way to the bottom, and then you're going to hit the reset, which is right there. Okay, and then once we have that, we are going to go to erase all the network settings, which is right there. And so it's asking for a passcode, and then it's going to reset the network settings. And when you reset the network settings, what you're doing is that you are essentially you're saying that this device, it's taking it off the network, it's clearing out any cache that it may have and any connections that it may have. And you're doing that because if there is, as I was showing you, this phone has extra users in it, it's gonna supposedly reset that. So right here, when it comes back up, that's one of the things you can tell if it's a government agency. If it's a government agency, it will still be hacked. And it's because right here, this is the only people that can do that, which is when it comes to NetBIOS, it's their programming time and their ability to go in there and put it back to the way they had it. So now we're looking at it again. I'm opening the phone, and we're once again going to run a test. So I'm going to go to the messaging. I'm going to create new. I'm going to create a new one. Trying to get so it doesn't have glare. And on this new one, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to send another message, and I'm going to put test again. And so as you can see right here, I'm once again sending a test message out to the same address, and I think maybe I need a guard shield, but let's real quick. Let's see if we can lower the illumination on it. And so now, oh, much better. Okay. So one of the things I did is on the bottom I wrote a test. You can see that right there. And on the top we're sending this address. So I'm just going to send it, which is right there. So it just sent it, and we're waiting, and then we're going to see an answer in a minute here. Went through the network, and it should have came back immediately. So obviously there's nothing going on. And I'm going to look back, and still there's nothing going on. So clearly you see when I turn off the network, if you were paying attention, the Wi-Fi is part of the problem. It's been hacked. I have an Apple airport, and there's a program running in that, but also it's affecting this device because the device now doesn't do anything when I send it. If I turn on the Wi-Fi, there's a good chance it can come back to that other, hacked network that I was explaining earlier. That it's like a switch for the other layer, the other OS. So I am going to turn it back on, and see, I turned on the Wi-Fi right there. So the Wi-Fi is on once again, and we're going to go back over here. As you see this, I'm going to make another test one, TEST, as you see right there, and then I'm going to send it again. And now let's wait and see what happens. And see, that's coming from the vzpix.com. So you know that it's in the Wi-Fi, it's the devices, and that it's been hacked. That shouldn't be the thing. As I showed earlier, the network that it should be coming from whenever you send something from an SMS address, it should be that one right there, the Verizon one. See, it says Verizon right there. It's at vtext.com. See? So that's how you can tell if your cell phone's been hacked. You can play around with it. You can, turn on the network settings. You can look inside the Wi-Fi. But each one of these Wi-Fis, it's all it does is it provides, like a room for some of these people to put their software in there. And once they put their software in there, either through a DNS hack or a flood, which is they overload those routers and those Wi-Fi devices, then it goes on the other devices. But it's all ran on devices. And so this iPhone is hacked, and it's the device itself. And so my last way to show that, or to try to bring it back to an unhacked state, is once again to go back into the general tab, which is right there, and then all the way to the bottom, and reset. And then I'm going to go for the just reset everything, erase it all. Once my passcode, and it says reset all settings. And there it goes. So here it comes back on. And just so you guys know, I'm staying up late to show you all this, because I believe that it's like G.I. Joe. Knowledge is power. And by telling people, I think it really does help people. And I think ultimately through having the right information, it saves lives. So now it comes back up. It doesn't have a password. So a lot of things have been reset. I look inside of the pictures. There's still pictures in there, so it didn't erase everything, obviously. And let's see. I brought up the messaging, and what we're going to do is we are going to once again do the test. And as you can see, I have the test. I just sent it. It's going right there on top. Sending. See that? Right across, and then it's to that address, thevtext.com. We're waiting to see if we hear an answer. See, the Bluetooth came on all of a sudden on its own. And when you see that, something should tell you that someone close to you is part of the problem, and they're messing with your device. I think we figured it out that it's the neighbor. It just too many things, too many coincidences, and too many encounters with him that it all points to him. But as you can see, it's not going anywhere. So even though we reset it all down to factory settings, it's still not restored. So the thing is once your phone gets hacked by these guys, the only people that can fix it is Tim Cook and the Apple team. And what they have to do is go and get it all the way down to factory settings and take it all the way down, which means get rid of all the middle levels, all the extra software that was added into it. And so now you know. And like they say, no one's half the battle. So if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please let me know, and I will continue to try to show you guys how to tell if your phone's hacked, your iPhone's hacked, and then that we can all kind of help Apple and ask them for their help, because as consumers, I don't think that we really want our devices being edited. Until next time.